themselves, but Gambit took it away.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Mars!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Like, you don't want to get bamboozled by the opponent that, oh, I thought we had a shot at it or we had a try at it. But talking about drafts and lineups, there's a couple crucial heroes that are actually open here in the first phase. So we see the most common bans here in Eastern Europe have been the Monkey King, the IO. Weaver is open, which is taken away. Invoker is another hero that we've seen a lot in the first phase, which has been banned in the first phase bans if there's been an opportunity for it, and it is still there. But we're looking for potentially a combo with the Mars, unless they want to leave it open for later. Heroes like Phoenix usually don't get banned in the second phase, so they could leave it for the second phase picks. They do have the double pick on Gambit's side. So definitely a couple meta picks still in the pool.
Lina.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban.
Yeehaw!
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
Not to talk about the first 6 to 7 minutes with just 1 kill on the board, so let's see if they get more kill activity or kills per minute on this matchup, because we're suspecting that to happen too. For bait side, kind of discussed about this Lina potential winning lane support, go as a 4, but if you do put Lina into mid, which the option still might arise for bait, I like the idea of team fights when you have that crit, when Weaver brings you the minus armor from crit swarm, because you do love to build these right-click Linas these days. It is the meta build. It is the best build for Lina today. So I like the synergy between these two, and it also brings you some tower push.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, with 2 more bans to go in the second phase, we're looking at a lot of core bans. We're completely ignoring the support section right now, as we see the Night Stalker, Lifestealer, Ember, and the Medusa being taken rid of the pool. What do you think would be a potential double pick here for Gambit? Because Bait obviously have to open up, most likely will open up with the support here, and let Gambit take the initiative, and they would have to respond. What would you look at for this double pick? Are we looking at another lane duo, or potentially a mix of a hero that is capable of fighting against Lina, say for example Void Spirit, which we've already seen once, or something else?
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Bane.
Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Well, we are going to bring out the Rubik at least, so 1 more support for Gambit, and it does look like a pretty decent Rubik game when you're looking at LSA, Steel, Fiend Script, Nightmare, pretty good spells for the Rubik to grab, and obviously has long cast range, while Bane has very short cast range, so Rubik, one of the better heroes, to also potentially cancel Bane from keeping that full duration Fiend Script. Should never actually happen in this game with the heroes that Gambit has. Now, who are they happy to bring? Well, there's the Void Spirit that they will bring out.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So you're telling me there's 2 options. Either Smiling Knight rose the ranks by playing Wraith King, or by leaving Wraith King out of his hero pool. Which one is it actually? Alright, okay. Right. Also kind of thinking about here about the potential carry pick idea for Gambit. They do have to pick before Bait, and something that strikes my mind is Phantom Lancer. It looks like a pretty decent pick because it's only the Lina who has something against it, with the AoE revealing which one's the right one, helps the Bane get the Fiend Script out. But without that, I feel like PL seems like a good carry pick for Gambit. What would you say?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining.
Have some time on Gambit's book. It was Bait who were running
5
on
seconds
low
remaining.
seconds in the game 1 draft, but now it seems to be Gambit. We're running out of reserve time. Still half a minute. Still plenty of time to think about what they want to potentially pick. I think that's what they already know, but it might still change according to how Bait responds to the next ban from Gambit. So still a lot of mind games, even at the last moments.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Morphling could be a good idea. I do see the potential for it here. A lot of mobility spells available. They're going to ban the Naga Siren. So, you talked about the Underlord being a illusion counter in some way. The Naga Siren would be another. And does it end up being the PL? We're going to bring out another illusion hero. It's going to be the Terrorblade.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like the moment the Gambit kind of brings out the Terrorblade pick, Bait no longer has this excellent game-changing offlaner hero that's going to win them the game. Like you said, it's an okay pick, and I agree with you. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's a mediocre one. Well, this is the time to get this series tied up 1-1 and stretch it all the way to 3. It is a best of 3 series, so everything is still open on the board. But it has to happen now. The Bait magic. If there's any Bait fans in the audience right now, it's the moment to root for your team in ups and downs.
Prepare
It's also
for
mentioned
battle.
in TI. I think that was a brilliant speech brought up by Shiver back in TI with the team fans that they should always be there for the ups, but for the downs as well.
Yes.
Обнял, приподнял.
Fight me, cowards.
Exactly.
The next label play.
The next label play.
Yeah, Dendy enjoyers. Assemble, so to say. Bait has picked up 3 sentry wards, actually. We have one on the Weaver,
30
potentially for
seconds
blocking
to
some
battle.
camps, maybe even save it for a lane. Same for Gutsy. He's also prepared to both block camps and maybe even open up the hard camp for the Doom, which is probably a big important piece for Bait as well, if they keep that hard camp open in the bottom lane.
The battle begins.
Yeah. Start with Void Spirit versus Lina in the mid matchup here. Dandy and Melloyul, I feel like they played up pretty even. The most important factor was probably the action room contest. That's 6 minutes when Dandy brings the backup. He calls in the reinforcements, the cavalry, to arrive into mid, and they go up on a 3v1, secure the action rune. It did go for a support at that time, but when you're playing Alina, you would love to get some early action rune to open up that rotation and still be able to go back to mid to defend your tower. An eye open on bottom. TB has decided to start off with Reflection instead of Metamorph. In some matchups, this has been a smart idea to go for, that you don't go for level 1 Metamorph, start blowing out your opponents, because Doom does hit relatively hard. He's got 74 damage right now with the help of 2 Gauntlets of Strength, and obviously you have the Weaver too, who's a bit of a squishy heavy hitter, kind of a glass cannon support-ish, you could think about it that way. So Reflection can really give you a good edge, and obviously helps the Snapfire too. And Lil Shredder, even though this is a very minor detail, but Lil Shredder with the minus armor makes the illusion hit harder. Yep. I was pointing it out with the ice armor being picked up, that definitely allows more lane sustainability for these 2 heroes from bottom. So very important, very good pickup, and also some good RNG, which is a part of Dota to have in your lane, even in the early levels, to get those right creeps out. Talking about those blocked camps, the hard camp has been blocked by Gutsy. He does have the easy camp open, which he can use later on, but right now it does look like it's a bit of a trade and draw here. He doesn't want to leave Violent alone in lane when he's only level 2 on the Wraith King. Wants to at least pick up a 3rd level to get that Mortal Strike, so you have lifesteal through the crit. Makes him sustain the lane a little bit better.
First blood. The first sacrifice has been paid.
Money to burn.
Yeah, that's the reason why we weren't looking at bottom. We weren't suspecting a kill to happen, because they had a lot of armor in their disposal. But 2 points picked up in Metamorph at level 2 and level 3, and Cookie with Lil Shredder. Apparently it works. Yeah. Talk about mid. There's exactly the Nightmare into LSA. 30 HP, 1 hit required. Does get the Fairy Fire out, and with the help of Resonant Pulse, uses every spell, but it's enough to keep Melioul alive. Unfortunately, that is for Dendi to steal the Water Rune, and Laguna also secures the 2nd one for Dendi to pick up. So nothing for the Void, and with the supports locked down in the side lanes, Pion almost falling here. Nobody's there to refill the bottle for this Void Spirit. Yeah. That also kind of it does impact with, even if your TB picks up a first blood in the bottom lane, that support did go to mid, fill up Dendy's bottle, and enabled that whole chain, or that entire chain of sequences to happen. They're able to get the bottle refill, rotate another support, get the chance to poke the void out of lane, secure water runes, and now 40 seconds into the action runes, which is going to be very important. How does Gambit respond to that? Well, an eye open on the supports. Afterlife, look though, he's at 33 CS in this top lane, and Violent is getting nothing.
Thank you, peasant.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yep, talking about those runes. DD is on the bottom half. Mellow again, 30 HP this time. No Fairy Fire, but does have Astral Step to move out. Rubik looks like he's being left for dead. He doesn't even get the chance to kill the Spain Courier. He's just being walked away. That's what they're kind of expecting for him to stop for a second. But the LSA stun, still enough for Dendy to catch him. That will be the end of this Rubik. Space has been... a tiny amount of space has been created. Not that much. Meluyul at least gets to farm this entire wave that he was about to skip in mid because it was so low on HP.
Is under attack.
Talking about Mars players, I think one of my favorites was on from yesterday's Open qualifiers. Catch a glimpse of one of the Mars players who got knocked out in the lower bracket. I think like 5th or 4th. He was playing with IO Mars in the offlane, and he was at 96 last hits into like 8-9 minutes into the game. He was top net worth from minute 2 to all the way to the finish of the game, and I was like, wow, this Mars is going to go places. Then they get knocked out in the next series. So like, you can see how good a Mars can be out of lane and keep that momentum going on, but that was obviously with the help of the IO. So do you think IO Mars is still going to be a combo for months to come?
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, at least in terms of the heroes in this game, only 2 of them have died so far. We're close to 9 minutes. And again, a very calm start to the game. We have a couple of net worth lead for Bait with Alina and the Doom. Well, Doom expectedly being very high. Going for Midas, only a couple hundred gold short from it too. This Lina closing up on Boots of Travel, and obviously needs 2 to 3 items to hit that full potential. We're talking Boots of Travel, BKB, Silver Edge / Daedalus. Is there any change in the build? When do you want to go Silver Edge? When would you see Daedalus as a better option?
Bounty.
Right.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I do like the Silver Edge being brought up in a lot of games for Lina's, but there are some opportunities for Daedalus. That also does mean you don't have the advantage of your invis. Meanwhile, bottom Pion is just going to get quickly punished by Melioul and Pantomime. They've done the same thing, that they smoke up with these two, and it does seem they understand how powerful they actually are at this stage of the game, where they can just combine Mortimer's Kisses with the Remnant and almost get a kill with just those two.
The irony is rich.
Hot though. I have level 5 on Bane, so no Fiend Script available. Won't even level up during this fight. Afterlife, Bonk's Gutsy away, and Laguna's also here. So they only get the ulti off of the Wraith King, but he's now vulnerable for the next 3 minutes. So if they time it right, Gambit, they have up till 13 minutes and a couple seconds on top to still hunt this Wraith King down for a second time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hunting bounties.
Radiant are scanning.
Manta style will be the option for TB in this game, so no Sanjin Yasha shenanigans brought up, so status resistance will not be on the board. I would kind of like the idea of it, because there's Bane, there's Doom. Those two big ultimates do get mitigated a lot by the status resistance on the TB, but Manta is still a very viable, very optional item. Or I wouldn't actually even say optional. It feels like it's the mainstream item. You still go for TB, but I would have kind of liked the SNY this game. Yeah, exactly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. It is definitely down to the player who actually wants to build or see the option through. I think it's just more a personal preference that I like to see the SNY come out in some specific games, because it buffs your tankiness a little bit, and most importantly, the status resistance, which does come into very big importance in this game. But true, yeah, you just Manta dodge everything if you're skillful enough. And it feels like today we talk about Manta dodge as they will Manta dodge, not that, oh, he Manta dodged something. Meanwhile, bottom Lina's in trouble, getting hit by the Mortimer's Kisses, and not enough for a kill. Gets hit by a couple more projectiles, but still down to 300 HP. Actually is enough to save Melioul's life from this rotation, but it almost ends up being a kill for Gambit. They're still waiting. Doesn't look like they're falling for it. Meanwhile, mid, making some good rotations. They pop the Metamorph. They want to push this mid tier 1 tower, but they're smoking up. They're ready to protect it. They have the Fiend Script available. Laguna Blade is there. Violent is getting his ulti back up. This is a perfect timing for bait, and they utilize it. They have Arena on Afterlife. Laguna going for the scout in front. A bit of damage with the Jikuchi. Violent throws in the stun. Dandy coming in from the side. He does get the Laguna Blade, but the spear will connect, and it's on Gutsy. The man with the Fiend Script completely unused. And Afterlife flaps them away with the Bonk, and Wraith King loses his first life too. Melioul with a quick astral step onto the Wraith King, pushing Violent away. Pantomime with the chase, gets the cookie stun. Laguna's also on the run, and they have now secured at least the tower, even if they don't kill the Wraith King. Great fight here for Gambit. Fate a bit unlucky there with the side rotation. 3 lost.
My thanks will come later, when you least expect it.
been killed.
Now Bait looking for a quick succession fight with another smoke. There's also Gambit coming in from the side, from the river, heading towards the dire jungle. Doom's going to be the one to run in first. Pion gets information on Seiyu, and a quick Doom onto the Rubik. Should be a dead Rubik as Laguna dives in to chase it, but does Roshan get the steal? No, not this time. Laguna will be credited the kill. There's another fight breaking loose on the side. Wraith King with no ulti available, being pressurized by Afterlife and by Meluyul. Double armlet Jukes already. Pantomim down, Violent falls, and here comes the rest of Bait. They still have Fiend Script. Can they catch the Mars? He's trying to close in the gap, but that cast range is so small on the Bane. Spear onto Pichon and moving the Doom away. Here comes TV as well, and Bane moving some dangerous waters here, but Afterlife, Armlet toggle. Can he TP out? Yes, he can.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A golden thread. I've been dreaming of this moment.
Only 8 kills so far in 16 minutes. A couple good fights for Gambit, and they are keeping up the tempo. Another 3-man smoke from mid towards the bottom half of the map. Gutsy cutting the wave. Does have Dendi with him. Dendi has to be careful because he does have an Invis rune. Do they have detection though? They have a sentry on Rubik and Afterlife. He does get to pop the Invis rune just in time. Nightmare save from Gutsy, but then again, the sentry down, one of his kisses, and they get the connection. They found Dendi with the lift, with the help of Seiyu. They finally end Alina's life.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, stolen Nightmare by Seiyu.
Death may still.
Pretty tricky there, catching Laguna. Free kill onto the Weaver. It's a bit easier for Gambit now to hunt this Weaver compared to game 1, but they also pull it off pretty nicely there. Let's see if he can pull off some more, because Violent is on the run. They did see him with a sentry. They had just enough vision into mid to see that the Wraith King is on the hunt, but won't get Seiyu. Afterlife picks up a DD rune. Get to use it on a Mars. Mars packs a lot of damage with this DD rune early on.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Violent is going very violent right now, and he's not afraid because he goes in, but he's going to get surprised by 3 heroes from Gambit. He thought that this guy's all alone, and that will be death number 1. But is he still getting back up? Because Bane is on his way. Violent moving out, and Gambit also realizing that they maybe have to reposition themselves. Meanwhile, Weaver coming in from the back. Laguna, they have a pincer move. Meluyul goes in. Afterlife goes in for a beautiful arena. Has the Nightmare save, at least onto Pion for a second, but it's not going to be enough by Gatsy. And they pop the Metamorph as they secure 2 kills, maybe even a third, as Laguna makes his way out. Mortimer's kisses. Does he find the Weaver? 1, 2. Doesn't get the third because the time lapse will be used. And the spear barely misses on Laguna. Afterlife, hey, found him though. They know exactly where he is. And that's 3 for Gambit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yep. again. The 3KB has to be used by Dandy. Laguna Blade comes out. They want to save Wraith King because he was the one in trouble. Dandy almost dies with that. The right click's enough from Seiyu. And they will get the kill on this Wraith King in the end. He tries to armlet juke as much as he possibly can, but it's not going to be enough. Gutsy tries to go for a quick nightmare play to at least isolate one, but 5 seconds until he has a remnant available. Lift connects, they've got the stun, and Bane gets killed by the stolen Dragon Slave by Seiyu, and Gambit styling their way.
Is under attack.
See no weaver.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Seiyu was hoping that if he actually stole LSA, that would have been the kill, because lift into LSA stun, and then the Mars would have been close enough to blink spear, and they would have been killing this Lina for a 4th time. But luckily, it was a Dragon Slave that was given away. Dandy reveals himself in mid as he destroys the creep wave. Gate still smoked up. Seiyu goes for a nice aggressive blink here. Pops smoke off of Dandy.
Radiant are scanning.
It's still coming in with a wraparound from the river. Violent is on the hunt. And Afterlife right there, but he blinks out. That should give Violent information that they have vision around this area. Even put an ops on the cliff. The sentry's on the other side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Illusion!
They're walking in a trap. Are going in, but they're ready. Gambit prepared for this. Don't allow the initiation from Bait to go all the way through. Pion did go for that quick blink war stomp. He has a BKB. So does Dandy. Dandy picks up the Crystallis now as well. So he's got that right-click damage advantage, but is slowly getting online with this Lina. But we haven't really checked up on this Terrorblade. He's soon got a Scotty, and he's going to be hard to kill. Yeah. Yep, with the blink, lift, spear, they've got Dandy pinned to the wall and combining everything to make sure that this kill takes place. Gambit punishing Dandy again. That will be death number 4 for the Lina. Now slowly dropping on the Neckworth chart. Now 3rd, still pretty much farm. But what good is farm? Just being hunted.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Time is running out. It is Melloyul is playing it really nicely here because he's drawing all of the attention. He's going to get doomed up, but at the same time, they have to fully commit to it, knowing that they've already taken Roshan. And Melloyul, even if he's down, Bait, what can they do? There's no doom. Violent's going to get hit by the 2-man Cookie. Gatsy trying to save him from the back. He's got the Fiend script out, but they instantly turn their attention towards the Bane. And even with no keep, no cancel, they got the damage of the stolen Fiend script onto the Raid King. And Violent is going to get slain. 2 for 2. And with that, TB is still unkilled this game. Gambit's just enjoying these team fights. They're happy to sack Melloyul if they get roached that freely.
Wicked sick. What a handsome.
Money to burn.
Yep. exactly.
attack.
And Pantomime and Seiyu, they did get that quick kill on the Weaver too. They just never gave up on the chase, on the hunt for this Weaver, who thought that he's already safe and out from the fight. And the next casualty is up for grabs. It is Gutsy.
A true nightmare. Each moment of
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, look at this. Look at this TP from Melio. Okay, he doesn't actually see Dendi there.
Dire's middle
Right
tower
outside of
has
vision.
fallen.
And he sees the right-click projectiles come out, so he finally locates a BKB pop, and he will TP out. Quick taunting slash. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Go back where you belong.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Trying to lift the Laguna on the high ground down to the low ground, but not quite able to close in that. That would have been an opening kill for Gambit. Is still keeping up the siege. Bait, they do smoke up, and a counter smoke from Gambit, but look who's behind you. They've been revealed, they've been spotted, and a beautiful two-man stun from Elio, but the initiation comes out from Pion. Gets the stun only onto Pantomime. There's the Doom, it's also on the Snapfire. They just want to secure at least one kill. They know they can't use them on the TV. They have the Void Spirit being killed. Elio will go down. Bait, still showing some signs of life. It's a 2-for-1 trade, and they haven't taken out the Aegis, but that Metamorph is about to run out. Laguna will be taken out by Afterlife and Seiyu, and it's still a 3 versus 3 of Violent waiting on the high ground. Does have his stun, does have his ulti available. Maybe they can blow up this Aegis. There's no Sunder. And Smiling Knight get a kill here. Very low HP rating. He's constantly armlet juking, life stealing off of the creep. Seiyu comes in. There's the spear. The lift onto Pion. And Doom is out of play. Rating also pushed out.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah. I love how Pantomime is role-playing a fruit salesman. Just brings these 3 stacks of mangoes for this TV to get some quick mana up so he would have enough mana for Sunder.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Talking about Silver Edge, TV has picked up a Daedalus for himself, and he hits like a truck. If he already didn't do a lot of damage, that Daedalus is definitely going to be the end of Bait's supports. And Gambit, I love how they're playing this really clumped up stack there for a second. They all meet up in the trees, and they have found themselves beyond, because Seiyu with the Stolen Doom literally uses Doom's own weapons against him, and that will be a deny by Violent at least, so he doesn't give the gold for Gambit, but they're on the hunt for another because they already took out Laguna's Weaver. Finally closing up the distance onto the Wraith King, and Afterlife toying with his prey, pinned to the wall. Does have BKB, but does he get to get it? And Gutsy, what could he even do? The Remnant is there. They found him. They even killed the Bane. He thought he was safe, but he wasn't.
Why, thank you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep.
your anger is useless.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, they're looking to end the game here, right now. Tier 4 towers have been molten down. Pion, look at how fast this Doom just dies. He barely closes in the distance as TB's getting doomed. Meanwhile, Afterlife, he's found himself Gutsy, Debane with a gem in holding, and the feed script unused. Dendi gets right-click to death, and that seals the deal for this series. GG's call, 30 minutes it takes for Gambit to close out the game, and the series 2-0.
Is under attack. Radiant victory.